Thank you for taking a moment to watch this XDR demonstration by SentinelOne. This demo is going to be a little bit different. We're going to focus largely on XDR integrations with tools like Okta and Zscaler, and less on EDR telemetry. Also, today's demo is going to be done in a detect-only mode. We're going to let malware execute so that you can see how well SentinelOne can detect different attacker techniques and then remediate and restore machines should an attacker manage to bypass SentinelOne. For our demo environment, we have a domain controller on the left and then 3 domain joined machines on the right. And we're going to go ahead and execute a sample of Lockbit. And we can see immediately upon detonation that it detects that it's on a domain controller and that the account that's logged in is a domain administrator. And what it's going to do is, rather than spread laterally using psexec or some other method, it's going to use the tools that it has at its disposal, which is group policy, to create GPOs and then push those down to the endpoints, infecting them very, very quickly. All in all, Lockbit takes about 3 minutes to encrypt a number of machines, and this could be 1 machine, 500 machines, 1,000 machines. It all happens very, very quickly. So let's go ahead and let that encryption process finish, and then we'll show SentinelOne remediating and rolling back this attack. All right, now that Lockbit has finished encrypting all of our machines, let's pivot back to SentinelOne and take a look at the incidents. Now, as I said before, we're not going to focus on the EDR data as much as we normally would. Let's go ahead and assume that this is a malicious attack and that we need to triage it and fix it. The first step is to notice that we have 4 endpoints with a classification of ransomware for the malware. We know that this attack is moving fast and spreading laterally, so we can select each one of these alerts, choose disconnect from network, and in this manner quickly stop the bleeding. More importantly, though, we can come up here to threat actions and mitigation action and quickly fix these endpoints, evict the attacker, clean them up, and restore them to a good state. We do this by choosing remediate, and this action in particular cleans up things like dropped files, persistence mechanisms, and much, much more. And then rollback will take it a step further and actually restore any files that were modified by the malware. So in the case of Lockbit, anything that it ransomed, this will put it back to a pre-ransom state, getting us back online very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply and let that take place. And most importantly with this, during any normal scenario with any other tool in the market, you would be hiring data restorationists, people to negotiate with a ransomware gang if that's what you wanted to do, and much, much more in order to get your endpoints online. This is a human-driven process that is very error-prone. With SentinelOne, we use our machine technology to accurately restore these machines to a known good state with just a few clicks, very, very quickly, getting a business back online as quickly as possible, should an attacker even manage to bypass the defenses in the first place. So if we take a look here, we can see killed 49, and each one of these fields will come back momentarily. We'll give SentinelOne a minute to restore these machines to a known good state. All right, we've got our systems reporting back that they are completed. And in the case of, let's take a look at the Saratoga, we can pivot into the threat details and see, for example, our threat indicators over here to the right that we have successfully killed 49 processes, quarantined our files, 567 remediated artifacts, and rolled back over 8,000 files. And scrolling back to the right to see our endpoints, we can see that the SentinelOne agent is telling us that these machines need a reboot, and that's simply because we monitor whether or not the malware is injected or infected critical system processes. And we know that we can't just kill a critical system process because it'll destabilize the endpoint. And so we make sure to prompt and say, we need to reboot in order to gracefully finish removing the malware and bring these endpoints back online. So very quick and very easy to restore these endpoints to a known good state.